Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer, and today we are actually I'm going to be giving you some tips on GT7. How I think you guys, and this is going to be for casual races. Obviously, you speed demons, you aliens, you guys are like the A-rated drivers. You guys are going to be in a different category. So I'm going to be addressing, guys like myself, the casual racers. Who might not be the fastest, but we can still get some good. We can still get some good finishes, guys. We can still get some wins. So if you're not the fastest, don't be intimidated, first of all, to hop into online racing and the sport mode in GT7 or any other sim racing for that matter. Even like iRacing, if you're PC racers, do not be scared to hop in. Yes, there's great racers and there's top A game racers, but there's also guys at the bottom of the barrel that's not that good. So you don't have to be the best to hop into online racing. There's all different levels of players. And me, myself, I've been working on improving myself. So if you guys see my initial GT7 videos, I wasn't doing circuit road racing, and I'm improving every video, every week, every new course, every new track. My technique is getting better. I'm working on it, guys. But I'm still considering myself an extreme casual racer, and I'm not changing from that. So I'm not going pro anytime soon. So I'm going to address things that I think can help you. And some of these things, will be specific to GT7, but a lot of these tips can help you in other sim racing games as well. And it's just me logically thinking about, as not the fastest racer, how we can finish well. Obviously, you don't want to keep finishing in back of the pack, right? It could still be fun. You can have good races, but, we always want to improve. We always want to step up. We always want to move up. In better finishes. So the first thing I do with GT7, and this is going to be, this one thing is going to be specific to GT7 because the way qualifying works is before I hop into a race, the race starts, right? You see where you're going to actually place in the grid. I look at all the times in the grid and see people's qualifying times. Now, those qualifying times are going to be, racers that have been grinding to get that qualifying time. That's their best lap time over numerous times of racing the track. That is not going to be their pace to drive. So you want to analyze that. And this is different to a game like iRacing, because in iRacing, you qualify before every race. So your qualifying time can vary between race to race. So it's hard to judge based on qualifying times there. But in GT7, that is a grinding qualifying time. So I see where I place in there. I look at everyone's qualifying times. And in my head, I'm thinking, that's the qualifying time. No one's going to be consistently running around that time, probably anywhere near it. So I'm usually giving a 1 to 2 second actual race lap time to that qualifying time. So I'm looking at all those times, seeing where people qualify, seeing their qualifying time, and then thinking, all right, they're not going to run for another 1 to 2 seconds per lap, if not more, in an actual race. So then that judges for me how hard I think I need to push. If I'm at the top of the grid and then I see qualifying times really drop down pretty far, already like a second or two off of my qualifying time, I know my race time is gonna already be almost at their qualifying time, right? So I'm usually looking to run the race, 1 to 2 seconds off of my grinding qualifying time. I'm not trying to push hard at like a qualifying. So I already know how hard I have to push in a race based on looking at all those numbers. So that's before we even start the race. You're looking at that to see, how far off am I from my running lap time compared to people's qualifying times. Then once we get into the race, we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna have a couple different screens up here, so you'll be able to see on the small screens. You'll be able to see the camera just following me, and then I'm gonna do a rear view, and then of myself, and then I'm gonna go through the course, because one thing we never get to see is when we're racing is we never get to see the other racers in the course. So I want to go through, see how other guys are doing that were in the race. So we'll check out other cars as well. We'll check out their lap times that they're running. And then at the end, I'm going to actually show you guys at Deep Forest. I'm going to show you guys where your qualifying times are for everyone that friended me, where we all stand with qualifying times and your best lap times. So if you need to grind more, or I'm going to say if I think you guys can push it more to move up a little bit more in my rankings. So let's hop into the race, and we're going to talk about things that we always want to think about, the things that we can control. One thing you can't control is the car behind you, right? So you can't control how they drive, but based on how close they are to you, you can control how you drive. And we'll talk about it as we're watching the race and analyzing things like that. So I'll hop into it. Let's start the race. Let's see how everything goes. One thing to understand is I did do this in PSVR 2. I race all my races in PSVR 2, and this is one thing that really annoys me about not having an auto reset center button for your PSVR 2 headset without pausing. Before the race started, we're getting ready to run green. I needed to adjust my chair and seat a little bit from where I was sitting. And I went into, you have to obviously every time you go, you have to like kind of go out and go back in. And right before the race started, I went out and really tried to get back in quickly. And the race already actually started and my car was redlining on gear 1. So it gave the opportunity for some cars behind me to actually pull ahead of me. So that is something that I think is just a huge miss in GT7 that I think they need to fix. They need to give us a recenter headset that doesn't pause, that doesn't take you out of the game, that is actually just in real time in the race, that I can just push that button and recenter as my car's driving and I see everything. But so just to understand that on the start, that is one thing that affected me right there. So let's hit it up. I got qualifying. I qualified here in second place. So I knew I was running at top of the grid, which is good. If you're running at top of the grid, the one thing you want to make sure you want to try to do is stay at the top of the grid. You don't want to get into the messing back you. But again, I had some cars pass me because of me having to recenter my headset, and already when it went back into the race, I was like redlining at 1, so I missed a gear shift there. But luckily, I didn't fall too far back. But let's see how it goes. So we got stop in first. I started in second, and you can see my gear shift was bad. You can see P3, G-Bear 4 taking advantage of it, no doubt, and Sleeper 3R, or just Sleeper with the 3R, also took advantage of it. And I stayed to the outside because I knew my gear shift slowed me down. I don't want to slow down other drivers, so I was going to let them overtake me there. I'm not going to try to block them and risk myself getting hit from behind. So the race this is lap 1, so let's see what's going on here. Everyone's still running kind of tight. I know I have cars on my tail, but now at least I'm in gear, and I'm going to drive it. I'm going to drive it the best as I can, not over push it. Lap 1 is always going to be your slowest lap because cars are really tight. You don't want to push it. Your tires are cold, so you really want to just take it cautious. You kind of want to just hang out with the car in front of you. Don't overdrive it. Don't ram them from behind. If cars are really close behind you, you want to give this is like real driving, like on a real highway. If cars are really close behind you, I try to give room from the car in front of me. So if they stop short and I stop short, because they stop short, the car in front and back you is going to ram you. So what I'm trying to do is give room so I can ease and slow down so the car behind me is not going to ram me. So I can start braking earlier and slowly, gradually brake instead of hard braking. So if there's a car close to me, he's not going to ram me because I'm slowly, gradually braking to a harder brake point and not just slamming all my brakes, which will cause you to get punted quite often, and not really to the fault of the driver behind you. That, again, I always say, everyone's not always purposely trying to wreck you. There's a lot of mistakes, there's a lot of accidents. So what we're trying to do is how can we avoid it with the things that we control? We can control how far we're driving from the car in front of us, but we can't control how close the car behind us is driving. But what we can control is how hard we're going to brake depending on how close the car is behind us. Also, how close we are to the car in front of us. Where we want to get close to the car in front of us, where we want to give room, because we don't want to wreck ourselves. We don't want to wreck them. And then the biggest thing, the biggest thing I always preach is consistency. Run consistent laps. Do not try to run your qualifying lap on every single lap in a race. You will take yourself out. You will wreck yourself, and you'll only end up in a worse spot. Run consistent laps. Usually try to run a lap around usually 1.5 to 2 seconds off your qualifying lap. And if you're doing that consistently, you're going to be in a good place. You're going to be able to finish well in races. So lap 143. Obviously, it's going to be a terrible lap. We're all running close. I took advantage right there. We had a penalty, so I slipped into third place here. But again, lap 1 is always going to be really slow. And then as you get to the lap 2, lap 3, as things spread out is when you want to start being consistent. Do not over push it. Do not drive too hard, especially if we have room behind us. Obviously right here in this case, I want to catch P2, right? P1 is still in sight, P2 is in sight, but if his qualifying time is near mine, I'm thinking he's going to be running the same consistent laps as me. So we're going to kind of be running pretty close. Behind me, in P4, we have Sleeper, and he's gonna follow me a lot in this race, as you see. So lap 2, we hit a 135. So already we're moving down. So I think I qualified at like a 133. I don't remember if it was like a 133.4 maybe or something like that. So we're about a 135.2. So we're now about a second off, right? So that's where, actually, let me do my math there again. I qualified at a 133 and now a 133 like 5, and now we're at a 135. So we're about 2 seconds off, right? 5 minus 3 is 2. I'm kind of under pressure here doing math really quickly. 5 minus 3, you know, that's some complicated math. Some complicated math. We have a car on our tail, and I know that in this race. So I am definitely thinking about how is he going to race me behind, right? How is he going to be safe? Is he going to be punting me? And right now, you know, he's definitely going to try to take advantage of me in some spots. A little bump there, which is fine. He's coming off that turn a little faster than me. But you know, no punting, nothing terrible. So we're still racing good. Coming into lap 3, and after we land this lap, let's take a look at how some of the other drivers are doing. So I'm looking, you know, 135. I'm still looking to improve my lap time here a little bit, and we hit a 134.9. So now, you know, now we're in that like 1.5 second on pace, to 2 seconds, which is what I'm looking to do in a race. So, you know, let's see what everyone else is going on here. We have you know, Sleepy here. I'm in his tail. He has room, a lot of room behind him. So there's no reason for me at P3 and him at P4 to really get into it bad enough to wreck. You know, a P3 is a great podium finish. A P4, still nothing to complain about. If he has speed to overtake me, you know, depending on where we are on the track, you know, I'm in a battle to a certain degree, but not to take myself out. Here, I'm basically just running my race. I'm going to stay in my line. I'm not going to change up my line. If he goes around me, out of the regular racing line, and he has the speed, I'm not going to move out of my racing line to block him. I'm going to give it to him. I always give the people with speed the place. You know, if you guys can overtake me, and you know, release from the racing line, then you got it. It's all you. So let's see, old guy here, old guy 55 is in 5th, and he's running pretty nice there. He's running a 146, 135.7, 135.7. You know, being consistent there. So he's running a P5. We got a penalty on JS coming in here. He's getting pushed on the side, taking that turn really wide. So that's going to affect him on this next lap. So we got P6, P7, P8 running pretty close there. So let's see what it's looking like from P8's point of view. Let's see how they all take turn 1 here. You know, a 146, his second lap, a 139, a 134, 135. That second lap's really going to hurt him from moving up. So that gives, you know, if you're running consistent laps at a 134, 135, and he pulls a 139, you just need to keep your lap time, right? These guys can't catch you if you're consistently running. Oh, that was a little move there. A little move there. Taking the car out. Let's see what's going on here. JS still coming with that penalty. We got Snowman in a P9. He's running pretty open space here. No one close to him. P10 here, we have F2 Racing Saints, also a little open spot. No one running close there. P12 also spaced out. P13 also spaced out. Not sure. I'm not sure about not sure. Him and Aikman battling for 14th and 15th. Takis. Oh yeah, Takis. Good looking car there. And what do we got? We got FL Stop here. Who is that? Is that FL Stop? No, that's no. What am I? No, that's first place. That was Stop. That was P1. P1 is running consistent. Look at it, 140 already. 134.6, 134.5, 134.9. If he just keeps at that pace and we're running that same pace, he has nothing to worry about of us catching him, right? He has all the space in the world, so he's not going to overdrive this, which is going to, you know, take advantage and it'd be a good thing for him not to overdrive that. So I'm still running here, P3. And we are done. And I had a 135, a 134, a 134, a 135. So I ran consistent. These guys are all, you know, running close here. Let's take a look at these other guys' lap times. So sleeper, a 135, 134, 134, 137. So, his second lap hurt him a little bit. And then, he moved up. He moved up running 134. So he became pretty close to me, right on my tail a lot of the race. Very clean racing, very good driving. It was really fun to race with him. And he actually, I want to go back to that though. After the end of the race, he said great race and everything. So, we were running, he was running right on my bumper a lot of times. And I actually thought he was going to overtake me in some spots. But I held my ground. I stayed in my line. If he was able to overtake me if he wanted to pull off to this, around me and try to take me from the side, I would have given him, if he had the speed, like I said, I wouldn't have pushed it too hard. But he kind of just stayed behind me. We had a good race. It was a fun race. Old guy 55, consistently running 135, 136. I always take that first lap off the chart and see how consistent you are from everything after that. Here we have, 137, 135, 136, 135. So, a little so there. And then we have a 139, 134, 135, 134. So, running some 134s, great time there. But, the 139 just kind of hurt him there. So, if he had ran a 134 in lap 2, we would have had, he probably would have been able to overtake a couple more cars. Then we have, 136, 135, 137, 135. So, consistent laps, depending on where you started, P8, P1 through 8, I believe gets DR points. So, you're looking to stay in top 8. P9 Snowman, again, consistent laps, not bad. Lap 2 kind of hurt him here. And he kind of, from there, it's kind of hard to battle back if everyone else is running consistent laps and starting from lap 2. So, you kind of always want to try to be consistent there. But again, the further back you are, you're probably looking at some more cars doing some damage to you. So that's why, being up in the front kind of helps you out there. Let's see what we're doing here. F2 Racing Saints is, 137, 138, 135, 135. Once you hit that 137, 138, it's kind of hard to pull up places because those laps just kind of hurt you right there. Adrian ran a 135, 136, 135, 137. But, depending on where you start. But again, you just want to be consistent. You just want to stay on the track. The lap 1 looks like a 153. Might have had some problems there on lap 1. 136, 135, 136, and 144. So that last lap definitely hurt him. Not bad. But again, look at the 136 to 135. So guys that qualify further in the back, their running lap times are going to be like a second to 2 seconds off of your lap times. So that's why, if you're qualifying up and you're seeing what everyone else is running, you got to see how hard you might want to push it or not. We got flying Dranger. His lap times 136, 137. His lap times are much higher there. Aikman 15 again, also higher lap times, and 15 not sure higher lap times. So again, just being consistent, run like a second or 2 off, and basically that'll tell you where you're going to kind of place in the race if you run those laps from 1 to 2 seconds off. So now let's take a look at our rankings for Deep Forest. And again, if you want to be on my rankings list, send me a friend request to cas-racing-gamer. We got lots of guys participating in this, and it's really fun to see where you guys stand. So we'll go over race. I'll just show you quickly at the end race A and race B. I'm not going to go into discussion about it. I'll just show you where you guys stand. I only focus right now on race B. So we'll go over it, and since we just raced this, you guys in a 132. You guys have 1 through 11 at 132. Those times that's some good racing times right there. Really hard to hit. Global ranking though, these guys are hitting a 131, which is crazy insane. I'm at a 133, 247, ranking at 2,362. I'm okay with that, guys. I'm okay with that. But 132. K. McGuire, 132, 609. Race to 51 average Joe Clackey up there, 132, 727. Braz, Jimster. 71, 132 Race Car, Nismo 13S, Raf Rand, Mako, Captain is slow. All you guys, 132s. Way to go. Right outside the 132s, we get some 133 starting at P12, R51 test driver right there. 132 is in your reach. Tron VR, Bleeding Edge, Browning John. Look at this. I'm at a 133.2 and I'm in 16th, guys. Stop showing me up like that, man. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. Stop doing that. Slow down, guys. Slow down. A 132, a 133.2, and again, that's hours of grinding. But I think I settled for this slot. I think I'm okay with this time. I don't know if I'm going to push it anymore to try to get into the 132s. I think I spent enough time this week, and again, I'm happy with that time. Can I get to 132? Probably another 3 hours of grinding. I could probably get there, but I don't think I have it in me this week. I think I'm happy with the 133.247. But you never know. You never know. We'll see. But I think a lot of you guys, and we'll scroll down, see where you guys stand. But I think 133 is a good target to hit anywhere in the 133s. I'm usually like 2 seconds to 3 seconds off the top. So if, that's where I'm kind of know where I'm comfortable, where I think my skill level is about 2 to 3 seconds off the top global ranking. And I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that for now. Oteris, right behind me, dude, 133.16. Breck, also 133. These guys are all 133s. Louis VR, Toby1, Mick Speedy, El Sheik Roddy, 133s. Q to VR, Zoso, Zoro, Sassaro, 133.7. Norin Rad, 133.7. Killa, 133.8. Zoomaz, 133.8. Goose, 130. Look at all you guys with 133.8s, man. You guys got to move up to 133.7s. Threes butter, 3/4 butter, 133.8. Quali Flunka, 133.8. Then we hit the 134s. And you guys in the low 134s, you guys push for 133, guys. Especially if it didn't take you long to get to 134, without a doubt, you can get to 133. If this is hours of grinding to get to 134, then you might be okay with that. We got Paul, 134.3. Jay Lee, the Techno Bear. Bert VR, Alex B, lots of guys in 134s. I Jansen, Starrett 46, the real big Nath 134, Pete Neon 134.6, Wally Topper 134.6, Audi 134.8, and then we go to 135. From P44 we got 135s, and I think you guys can grind to that 134. Late Breaker 943 135, Apex Life Flow, Flying Scotsman, Pi, Frugal Dougal, we're hitting a 136 here. Guys, get grinding. If you're in a 136, you guys have so much time to make up, guys. So much time to make up. D Schechter, 136, Tom Dooley, M Thrasher, Whiskey, Happy Hippo, Blockhead, Crib, Crunchy. You guys are way down there. Let me see you guys grinding. Grind and move up. Grind and move up, guys. Grind and move up. So those are the rankings. Currently we have 56 of you guys, 58 of you guys in Race B. And we're gonna just quickly, I'll just show you the rankings for this is race A. See how many of you guys are actually in Race A, and I'm just going to scroll through this quickly. We only got 17 guys participating in Race A, and then Race C really quickly. Usually more guys in C than A. So let's see how many people here. Quickly just scroll through in case you want to see where you're ranking. So we got 20 guys doing Race C. So Race B is the busiest race this week. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully some of these tips will help you out. Again, helping you qualify, or not helping you qualify, helping you actually finish races in better places, and just being consistent. So if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely thumb it up. Would love if you guys subscribe and hang out with us and send me a friend request so you guys can join our rankings list. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. We out of here. Peace.